Hi friends and welcome. My name is Janine and thank you for joining me here today. I've got a slow and sweet, gentle practice for you. One that's focused around self-love and slowing down. We'll move through just a few shapes that will hopefully feel really nourishing on your body. And we will begin and end our practice in a seated meditation. So please show up exactly as you are today without any thoughts of needing to fix or change any part of you. All is welcome here. And if you would like to bring anything to your practice to provide extra support, such as some blocks or a couch cushion or maybe a bolster or anything else that you have nearby. I'm sitting on a blanket here, so that can be a nice option to prop up your hips a little higher. So go ahead and pause the video so you can get anything that you would like for this practice. And when you're ready, we will begin in a comfortable seat. Once you're there, we're just going to begin by slowly rubbing our hands up and down our thighs, just to create some nice sensation of touch and some friction, some energy here in our lower body. If it feels good for you to close down your eyes, then of course feel free to do that, or just create a heaviness behind your eyelids. But just slowly and thoughtfully begin to rub your legs up and down, taking notice of what you feel, the fabric of your pants, the warmth you're creating in your palms, or anything else that you notice. But as you rub your legs, just taking a few deep, full rounds of breath, being mindful as you do so, deeply breathing in through your nose, maybe letting it out through your mouth on your exhale. Just doing that a few more times on your own. And whenever it is that you're ready, no rush, you can come to stillness, just placing your palms over top of your knees or your lap. And just for a minute or so, we'll sit in this silent meditation, just noticing, absorbing in the sensations through your body, noticing how it is that your emotional body feels today, where your mental state is at, and how you're physically feeling. And again, without any judgments or any need to want to fix or change anything about how you are, but just observe and just be with what is. Be with your beautiful, unique, and loving self. Continuing a steady breath. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose and an exhale out the mouth. We'll slowly begin to move, coming into some torso circles, some Sufi grinds. Just moving slowly and mindfully to begin. Pulling your chest forward and rounding your spine, maybe tucking your chin in towards your chest as you do so. Just beginning to wake up the spine, getting into our lateral lines, the side bodies. Let this movement be intuitive, let it feel good. Just taking your time here. And once you feel satisfied, you can find yourself back to center, growing your spine nice and long, sitting up tall. And from here, just dropping your chin down towards your chest, feeling the length through the back of the neck, getting a nice stretch here. Breathing into this space. And if it feels good for you, just slowly beginning to rock your head side to side, feeling into the sides of the neck, moving very slowly here, moving with your breath, maybe staying an extra round of breath. If an area feels a little tight or adhesed, just sending your breath there. Just enjoying this moment of self-care and self-love that you are giving to yourself. Enjoying the stretch that you are creating. Just a couple more rounds of breath here. And the next time that your chin rolls to center, just lifting your head back up. So bringing back in that sensation of touch. As you inhale, just sliding your hands up along your body until they lift all the way up towards the sky, reaching high. Then exhaling as you float your hands back down. We'll do that again. So inhaling, really tracing your fingertips along the side of your body, all the way up. And as you exhale, this time we're going to twist over to our right hand side, bringing your left hand onto your knee, taking a couple rounds of breath here, maybe wiggling the spine a little bit as you twist open, taking in your surroundings here as you gaze over your shoulder. As you exhale, you can go ahead and release your twist, coming back to center. And again, tracing your body, taking your time here, maybe moving over your belly or even over your chest, your neck. As you inhale and you slowly lift your hands to the sky, growing even taller. Then exhaling as you twist over to your other side, bringing your right hand this time onto your knee, twisting open. Breathing here, twisting from your center, your midline. So letting your twist feel good in the belly. Twists are great for our digestion. Can also help to release a sore or stiff lower back. Just be gentle with yourself. And as you exhale, releasing and coming back to center, facing forward. And from here, we'll move into our next pose. We'll get into a deep internal hip stretch. So this is called deer pose, or maybe you've heard it as 90-90, since the legs are on a 90-degree angle. So starting with your right leg in front, our knee and our ankle are in line with each other. Keeping your feet flexed here. And then your back leg is following the long edge of the mat on that same angle. So from here, we're going to turn ourselves so we're facing our front leg. And maybe you want to bring your bolster or your blanket or whatever else you have with you in front of you. Since from here, we're going to slowly begin to lower ourselves down onto our elbows or maybe a prop. Or perhaps you're just pushing yourself up using your hands here, and that is all good too. So wherever you're at today, just finding a place where you can breathe fully and freely. And we'll hold this pose for about a minute. This is a great shape for hip mobility and longevity. We're getting that deep internal rotation happening in the front hip while we're getting the external rotation happening in the back. Maybe let your head drop down if you're holding it up. Maybe so you can bring a little more relaxation into this pose, especially if this stretch feels like effort. Just soften where you can and breathe into it. Staying for just one more full round of breath. And then beginning to lift your head back up and ever so slowly pushing yourself all the way back until your spine is long. And just for a moment, we'll bring our hands back behind us. So we're on a little bit of an angle here, just to feel this stretch in a bit of a different way, creating a bit of a different sensation. So just noticing here what you feel. And just being sure that you're not rounding your shoulders forward here, so pushing into your hands so you can create a nice open chest and open heart space. And as you complete your last breath, go ahead and push yourself back up, and we'll release this stretch. So bring your hands back behind you, and then slowly just shift your knees so they face up towards the sky. And sliding the soles of the feet together so we are in Baddha Konasana, our butterfly pose. Once again, sliding your hands up and down your legs and fluttering out your knees here, your butterfly wings. Taking a few deep conscious rounds of breath as you do so. Perhaps closing your eyes down again. And if you would like, maybe inviting in a little gentle massage, bringing your thumbs into the soles of your feet, just kneading or pushing into some of those areas that can be really sore, especially after being on your feet all day or wearing shoes. Maybe continuing that massage up your shins or your thighs. And we're going to get ourselves ready to move into that deer pose, but on our second side now. So this time, bringing your left leg in front of you, setting yourself up just as before on that 90-degree angle. Keeping your knee and your ankle in line and your feet flexed. And again, moving any props you would like in front of you so you're all set up. Bringing yourself back to your breath, so making sure that you are deeply and fully breathing in as you are deeply and fully breathing out. And perhaps if you're ready, you can lower yourself down over that front leg. maybe resting on your elbows, letting your head fall heavy, and closing down your eyes again to allow yourself to go inward, focusing on your breath and the sensation that is here and now. So not only is this pose helping to rotate and give mobility to our hips, but it can provide a deep stretch on our glutes, so maybe you're feeling it there. Staying here for just under a minute more. Maybe in these last couple breaths, just giving your head a little rock. And as you come into your next inhale, just lifting your head up first, and then slowly pushing into your hands to push yourself back up. And just as before, we'll bring our hands behind us on a bit of an angle, holding the stretch now in a bit more of an active way instead of the passive fold we were in. Taking notice to the sensations here. Holding here for a few rounds of breath. Again, pushing your hands into the floor so you can lift your chest up and open. And getting ready to release this stretch, pushing yourself up, shifting onto your heels as you point your knees to the sky. And this time, keeping your legs as they are, about as wide as the mat. We'll just drop our knees to one side and then to the other, coming into these windshield wiper movements. And coming back to center, we'll just cross our legs in front of us so we can sit up in a comfortable seat, maybe propping yourself up if that feels good, as this is where we'll be for the rest of our practice. And from here, beginning to rub our hands together, coming back into that sensation of touch, really creating some heat here. And when you're ready, placing your hands over top of your heart center, feeling the warmth in your chest from the heat you created in your hands, transferring that energy you've created into your heart. Maybe thinking of it as a little love note to yourself. Feeling your heartbeat, feeling the movement in your chest as you breathe. When you're ready, if you would like to, drop your hands down onto your lap or your knees, then you can go ahead and do that, as we'll close here in our seated meditation for the next few minutes. Continuing to cultivate this practice of self-love. As you sit and you breathe, just bringing focus and attention into that heart center of yours. Noticing again what you feel. Any shifts or changes that have occurred throughout your practice today, even subtly. If you've noticed you've wandered off in the mind, just again bringing your attention back to that heart space. Just continuing to return here. Not giving any weight or attention to your thoughts, allowing them to pass by and bringing yourself to your heart center and what energy you're creating there. Beginning to deepen your breath, filling up your belly, breathing up into your diaphragm, into your chest, and then allowing for your breath to deflate down, moving your attention from your heart center to following your breath. Breathing in, feeling your belly expand, and then breathing out, feeling yourself soften. Maybe completing your next exhale with a sigh out the mouth. Joining me, bringing your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra, dipping your chin towards your chest, and taking this moment to shower yourself in gratitude for taking this time for you to tend to your beautiful self today, giving yourself so much love. Namaste. And I thank you so much for choosing to join me for this practice. I hope that it was nourishing for you in all the best ways. Before you go, I would really appreciate it if you shared this practice with somebody you think would also benefit. Spread the love, yogis. I'll see you in the next one. Much love.